Hey, welcome to Guitar Knobs, the guitars, gear, noise, and nonsense podcast, hosted today by these knobs.
Tony Dudzik, Pick Guardian.
Jared Brandon in the house as Jared Brandon.
Oh, is this me? Rob Chafe, Mad Countification.
Chafe.
Hey everybody, it's me, Todd Novak. Welcome to the Guitar Knobs podcast. We are thrilled to death that you are listening to our show.
That's right.
We truly are. And we're actually thrilled to death that we are all in the same studio.
That's right.
We got Jared in the house.
In the house this week.
This is the first time that the four of us have been together in a year.
Yeah.
Oh, no, pre-pandemic.
Year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
How many?
80
Two
years.
and a half years.
80 years ago, we got together.
I love it.
Yeah, it's very cool. So we got Rob in the house, Tony in the house, Jared in the house, Todd in the house. Who else do we have in the house?
Elad from Gear Ant.
Right. You've heard Tony mispronounce his name for at least a year and a half, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes. And just so you know, it is Elad Mezrahi, not Elad Mezrahi.
I never said Elad. It was always Elad. Come on.
Okay,
I got it half right.
All right.
Jeez.
All right.
Sorry, Elad.
It's all right.
Elad.
Tani. So, everybody, we're going to have a fantastic show because Elad is one of our great supporters on the show. He's contributed to our community, our patron community, our supporter community, and he's been making stuff on the side for a little while. He actually sent me a really cool pick guard holder for my board, which I was really, really excited about. I still have it, and I love it.
I want to
what?
see it.
Yeah, never mind.
Big guard holder, apparently.
You hold pick guards?
Oh god!
Sounds like something I should offer.
Why did I even come here today?
Maybe a pick holder?
A pick holder. A pick. What is it?
A guitar
pick
pick
box.
A plectrum.
Box. It's a plectrum box. A pick box. Man, you guys are gonna ruin me tonight. Not you. You don't put that.
You don't need
put
any
your
help
face
from
away,
us.
Rob. Put your face away. All right. So, anyways, but most importantly, Elad has a great new pedal out, and we're really excited for him because he's an emerging builder, and he's out there right in front with a great pedal.
Music to my ears.
Yes, so we're going to dive all up into that. In the meantime, we got to get down to a few things. We need to say great big thanks to Rode. That's right, Rode mics for supplying all of our fantastic gear, and we got some new stuff from them that it sounds just great and going to be very, very handy. Tony's about elbow deep into a bourbon cream bottle, so we'll see how that goes tonight. What are you drinking straight from the what other?
He put his dirty mitts around
Oh
it,
my
though, so it
goodness.
wouldn't.
Anyways, okay.
No one else can have it.
So thanks to Nick Stillman out there at Rode and the whole Rode team for helping us out. It's not just Nick. Nick doesn't work by himself on some huge floor. He's got help, and so we're grateful for all of them too. If you need anything to help your if you're doing like demos, like video demos on your iPhone or your actually really good camera or any of those things, go check out some Rode mic stuff. So we also need to call attention to, we had Lisa S. Johnson.
Yes.
And
Is she
this
number
book is
one yet?
fantastic. I think she might be. This book is fantastic. It is Immortal Axes, Guitars That Rock.
Yes.
Go over to Amazon. The price has dropped on them so they could move volume, and I highly suggest grabbing one of these things.
Oh, it's a beautiful book.
Yes. And she's been a great friend to us ever since. You know why?
Why, Todd?
Because she actually hooked us up with Susie Quattro.
Oh!
Susie Quattro is going to be on the show. Now, some of you might be saying, I don't know who that is. That's okay, and that's what we're going to dig into. But in short, Susie is basically the first breakthrough female artist in rock, period, End of story.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So we're really excited to talk to her. And she's a bass player.
And she was also
Bass players out
Leather
there.
Tuscadero.
Leather Tuscadero. Now, I'm sure, she's also released like 20 albums
I
beyond
know.
that, which are very good. She's touring in the UK right now.
Oh.
So very, very excited for that to happen.
Awesome.
Also, we've got our new Discord group on Discord. If you go to Instagram and you look in our bio, it'll take you to the link tree, and you just click on that link, and then that should get you there. If you have any problems, please let me know, because we do want people involved in that.
So what happens
a
when
whole
they
bunch
go
of our
there?
patrons are there? It's basically like a big room like we're in, except virtually everybody's there, and there's like little subgroups that you can. Hey, if you got some pedals and stuff you want to trade, and you want to do it for people that you trust, and also that like the stuff.
Yeah.
You can do it there. You can just say, hey, you know what? Let's just trade pedals momentarily, and then send them back, or send them on and forward. Or you can do whatever you want. You can talk about the show. You can argue about the show. You can complain about the show. You can do whatever you want. And I wanted to share this. I thought this was really cool. We got a bunch of letters in from the last couple episodes. And
Letters. We got letters. We got lots and lots of letters.
I don't know what comes after that. Here we go.
You read
this
the letters.
Is from Don Kloss, who is a recent supporter of the show.
Nice.
Very excited. Let's see here. He says, guys. Oh, the subject is cardboard guitar.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Hey guys, I was listening to episode 252. You will think this is funny. In 1971, I was in 6th grade, and my family lived in Lancaster, Ohio. On Saturday mornings after cartoons...
In Ohio, it's Lancaster.
Lancaster?
In Pennsylvania, it's Lancaster.
Well, in California, it's Lancaster, too. So I think 2 out of 3 wins.
We'll
A
go with
TV channel played 2 episodes of The Monkees, followed by The Banana Splits. Great shows.
What a,
Yep.
yeah.
I love the monkey.
I made a fake guitar with a rectangle cardboard body and a piece of 2-inch fairing strip glued to it for a neck. I don't know what fairing strip is, but I don't know.
Is that what you put siding on with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, a furring strip.
A furring strip.
Furring
Furring.
strip. It's like a 1x3
Sure.
or a
Okay.
1x2.
Don't you know guitars?
That's great. With all the hardware drawn on in black marker.
That's awesome.
I played, in quotes, and sang along with every song on both shows. I also did the same with the early 3 Stones albums I had. Aftermath, December's Children, High Tides, and Green Grass. I loved music from birth. My mom played classic, country, and WLS.
Western something.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. In Chicago, which played...
Isn't that a radio station?
It could be.
WLS?
Yeah.
WLS, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe.
All right. Anyways, played the hits, 63 to 67. She still laughs that I always sang with the Beatles, especially I Want to Hold Joanne. Like Joanne. I want to hold Joanne. Because that's what, anyways.
Yeah.
Embarrassing, but funny now.
Right.
Thanks for what you do. I love it, and I'm learning tons. I can't wait to hear my name read on the thing. Keep it up. You bet, Don Kloss.
All right. We shall.
Boom.
We're lucky to have you.
Okay, I think we've all been there. All of us start out, and
I did it.
I did it in my tidy whities.
Yep.
That goes way back in the
I
episodes.
stole, my dad had some microphones, some realistic, and I took them because I was infatuated with microphones. And I sang along with Huey Lewis in the News tape.
Freud would have something to say
And
about
I was
that.
jumping on the bed, singing into the microphone, and my dad walked in, and I was embarrassed because he saw me. He's
Yeah.
like, "There's where my microphones were. I was afraid that you buried them in the backyard." And I'm like, "They're microphones. Why would I do that?"
Indeed.
Yes.
That is weird.
Literally thought I buried them in the ground. That is funny.
Wow.
Well, anyways, that was the announcements, everybody.
Thanks.
So, yeah, keep those letters coming in. They're really fun to read. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we love to hear from everyone, even though Todd can't say the words right.
What? What words? I
Fairing
say
strip.
all the words
You got me
right.
a fairing strip.
All right. We need to find out what's going on in our music world this week. We're going to start off with Tony, and then we're going to check in with Elad.
Okay, well, let's start with me. Well, last week we talked about I had ordered a Laney a VC15 110 combo.
Oh, yeah.
Got a hell of a deal on it.
Does that stand for Viet Cong?
No,
What?
vintage combo.
Oh, vintage combo. Sorry.
Viet Cong.
I don't know.
No, well, that actually is something that the good news is I got one of the UK made ones.
Yes.
Because it's an early one. The later ones were actually made in China, and then there's a third version made in China that has a digital reverb instead of a tank reverb. So I'm pretty happy about that. I didn't realize that there were all these different versions out there till I started digging into it a little bit more.
Well, and as you are digging, if this is something that you're interested in, I started doing it myself. And, you know, when you start seeing a couple of reviews, I'm like, these are crap and stuff like that. I was like, oh, well, because there's so many versions, it's easy to just label, oh, all of this is crap or all of this is awesome.
Yes.
There's clearly versions of those things. Rob, are you chewing your face off right now? Do you need to say something about amps?
No, I'm good.
That
I'm
means-
just listening.
It's an AB amp, you know.
What do you mean an AB amp?
It's AB, class AB.
Oh, okay. I was like, what do you mean AB?
What?
ABC?
You call yourself an amp guy.
Jeez, he
Jiminy
doesn't even know what
Christmas.
an AB is.
All right. Well, thanks for telling.
But yeah, that's
we got more.
that's really cool, and it's
Is it here?
it's here. Well, not here.
Yeah.
but it just came in today.
Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, I think it's going to sound better. I have a 212 with greenbacks in the basement that I haven't had a chance to plug it into yet, but I think that's going to make it sound a lot better.
Because it's got two 10s in it right now, right?
It's got a single 10 in it right now. It's a Jensen single 10.
Yeah.
That's not.
And it's I mean, for a practice piece, it's okay, but it's got, a lot of neat features. It's got an effects loop.
Is there room for you to put a 12 in there?
No, the cabinet just isn't big enough.
Yeah.
And then that's the other side. Because of the size of the cabinet, they used a short reverb tank, which doesn't sound as good as a long reverb tank is. No,
Not necessarily.
Well, now he
chimes in.
No, it might actually be the if it's a 2-spring or a 3-spring, like the decay.
Well, in my digging around, I know a lot of people were talking. There is a same size, same everything, except it has a longer delay time.
So somewhere in the letters, you've got like an 8EB, 2C, 1B, probably.
There's a C and there's a 3 and a 2.
Yeah, you want the 3C.
Hey, Lad, do you know what they're talking about?
If you want one.
Oh yeah,
No idea.
I'd like to try that out.
Yeah, it does make it. It's more of a long fender.
How was your day, Lad?
Okay.
Fantastic. Yours?
Hey, this is Tony's moment.
Wow, I mean, I don't get no respect.
Jeez.
All right.
So there you
Yes,
go.
what's going on in your music world? He talks over you.
Yeah, that's just Todd.
Yeah.
We'll wait till he has his little.
Right, yeah.
You can bounce all over
wait.
me. Hey, Elad, why don't you share what's going on in your music world?
Well, I've been on the hunt for an amp/cab simulator pedal.
There's a few out there.
Yeah,
good
I needed.
ones.
Yeah, there are a few. Initially, I went for the HX Stomp. It's not for me. I'm a pedal guy. I run all my pedals on the floor or on a pedal board, and I wanted something specifically for amps and cabs. I actually just got the Boss IR200.
Oh.
It came in the
A lot
mail.
of good things about that.
I fell in love immediately. I'm a huge Boss nerd when it comes to Boss pedals. There's maybe one that I don't like out of their whole. I'm not going to say which one, but it's really easy to understand, and I was super impressed with it. I wanted it to test my pedals out through different amps and cabinet simulations. I didn't want to run from place to place and just plug my pedal in through here.
Sure.
And
As a builder, I imagine that's very important.
so it was a toss-up between that and the Iridium by Strymon.
Yes.
I like the simplicity of Strymon, but I wanted the extra options, to be honest. And so far, I've been really impressed with it.
That's cool.
That, and I got a few new cool pedals that I can't talk about just yet. But
Okay. All right.
yeah.
Now, isn't was it 2 notes?
Cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cab Zeus's.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Cabijus or whatever.
The two things I'm really familiar with are the ones that he just mentioned. The
Okay.
Iridi,
Cab
whatever.
Zeus.
Yeah.
Cab Zeus.
Yeah, that one is apparently fantastic.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It's in a pedal
yeah.
form.
It's a white one. It's like 2-note.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
I've heard good.
It's not a stomp box form.
No.
It's
Oh, okay.
but it has knobs and it's pedal sized.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it'll fit on your board, but it's not a
Right,
pedal.
a pedal, right.
Yeah. Those are the three. Well, actually, this new Boss one that you were talking about, I'm very curious to.
Boss is just
They're
knocked
making some
everything
really great
out
stuff.
of the park. Yeah, I mean, all the 200, 500 series are fantastic.
Yes. You're fantastic,
Well,
Rob.
I don't know. Am I allowed to talk badly about a pedal?
You can talk.
You can.
This is
Just
strictly.
one.
This is
Just
your
one.
opinion.
Okay, the modulation, the 200 MD 200, I think it's
Is that
called.
the blue
Yeah.
one?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Well, okay. As long as we're on this subject, it's funny you mentioned that. I got the 500 first, and it was too much of everything. I didn't want all that, so I bought the 200 right after the pandemic started, so a year and a half or so ago. And same thing. I had it for like 3 days. I was like, it doesn't do anything really well.
Yeah.
So,
But the driver was fantastic. Their OD 200, surprisingly.
yeah,
Because, DSP and whatever.
the OD,
But,
the looper, and,
OD 200.
and the DDs are great.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is the. You said it's the IR 200.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Pretty great.
I think from a builder standpoint, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know from a player standpoint. Like I'm sitting here trying to go like, could I rationalize that? I don't know that I could.
Yeah.
So you can if you plug into, let's say, a PA.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Right.
So then you could be at the show and have like your clean sound be through this model and this mic.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think, you know what? Maybe especially if you're doing if you're in like a cover band or you're doing like
top
really
40.
long shows, top 40s, like
Yeah.
that would be huge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right on. Well, I'm glad you've got something you like, man. That's cool. Let's see. Jared, how about yourself?
So, as everybody that are long listeners to the podcast realize, I did take a job with Gibson, and that is going really, really, really well. So I'm buying a house. I'm in contract, and now that I know where I'm going to live, I now have to decide which gear I need to get rid of. Because I don't want to. If it were up to me, I'd keep every piece of gear.
Why isn't this
I
up
know,
to you?
and
We've got all this space right here.
it's
No, we don't. We got this space.
No, he can rent the rest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You should.
Yeah, you wish. I wish too. But no, there's a few. I just need to get rid of the bulk. So I need to get rid of some Marshall stacks.
Oh,
But
really?
explain
But-
why you need to get rid of the
And
bulk.
because we don't. So the house
You
I
seriously
bought,
Are you
should rent the rest of this
downsizing?
room.
You could just line
Cheap.
the walls with them.
that's true. But
It's not in the way of anything. Put it in your kitchen.
yeah,
Next
so
to the fridge.
in Tennessee, basements are not common.
Oh, okay.
Intentional dug, like basements are here because the ground is much softer. Up here, we have great farmland. Here in Tennessee, it's a little more rocky and costs more to dig into the ground for pools, basements, etc.
Yeah.
So this home does not have a basement. So I have one rec room that I'm going to have my office, my the TV.
So
and
that was the long way around of saying I'm not going to have the room.
I'm not going to have the room.
Can't you go up, build a third floor?
No, the HOA might have a problem with that.
All right,
But
so
I mean, honestly, there are some cabs I wouldn't mind getting rid of. But I also, I figured out that I think one of my favorite speaker combination are vintage 30s and Celestian greenbacks. So 2 of each.
That's a good
And
combo.
so the 100 watters sound really good through that. So I think I'm just going to keep my amps and just sell off 3 cabs. So half the cabs I have 6 cabs, I think.
you have 6 412s.
No, that's not. That's
6 or
just the
7.
Marshalls.
Yeah.
Why don't you open up a store?
I love it.
You just go in, put them in here. All right. Anyways,
I just love that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really
you
hard.
then don't get rid of it. Just get the rest of this room here.
Nah.
Okay, Mr. Man, Rob, go ahead.
Hey, actually, this is a group one. Okay, so I've been struggling with this for a few weeks now. It's winter. I drag my fingers over my guitar as I play, like in the pickguard area, and I'm getting that static.
I know what it is. I know how to fix it.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
Okay, how do you fix it?
Dryer sheet.
No.
Use a pick.
It works.
But it works for about a minute.
Right.
What
and then it comes right
what
back.
color pick
I've
guard
never
is
had the
it?
problem after that.
Okay, so here's the thing. So my Strat, which has a parchment
That's your
3-ply
problem.
on it,
Okay.
that was a little noisy.
Okay.
The one that's my Telly has a solid black
Okay.
one piece, no noise at all.
Okay.
My guitar that's the noisiest is my SG,
Really?
where there's no routing underneath the pickguard. The pickguard's not attached to anything. That
But what's the pick guard material?
I don't know.
I mean, what
it's
is
single ply black,
Single ply black.
and it's a late '90s SG special. That one is the worst. I knew dryer sheets work on any of them for a minute or whatever. The
Longer than
Strat,
a
I
minute.
covered the back of it with the copper tape,
Yeah, it
and
doesn't do anything.
It did work.
Oh, really?
That solved the Strat. 100% solved the Strat problem.
That doesn't do anything. It did. It solved it.
It solved that one. So I've now covered.
Surprise! Surprise!
I've covered the SG one, and I'm
Yeah.
just going to put a wire underneath and screw it down and see what it does. I haven't done that test
Yeah,
yet.
but that does. Okay.
Tony, what would you suggest?
So
Well, okay.
Wait,
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Elad's got to jump in here, buddy.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. So you're having static issues?
Yeah, discharge. I'm a player where I kind of drag my hand over the pickguard as I play. I don't like pull my fingers up in a fist, and especially in the winter, it's something with pickguard material, the finish, whatever. You'll get little static discharge, and you'll hear these little kind of
So
sounds.
they actually have this bracelet that you can kind of just put on, and it's connected to a wire, and you can clip that onto your belt or whatever.
Yeah.
Just any metal
I-
to discharge yourself.
I wonder how that would work while I'm playing. Put a ESD.
I mean, it
grounding-
could be on your fretting hand.
Yeah.
As long as
That's
Get a humidifier for your house.
house is kept 40 to 45% all the time.
Oh, wow.
So
Home
it's
humidifier.
here's the
Go ahead,
the
Tony.
story.
Nice.
I mean,
I want to get one of those.
He's like, next.
I get not all the time, but and it's not every player, and it's not every guitar, and it's not every material. And I've been trying to develop kind of a common problem, and I as far as the player goes, I don't know if it has to do with chemistry or whatever.
It definitely does.
But the one thing I have noticed, and I'm kind of, I guess, surmising that it's because of the pigments that are in material, and it seems to be based on my, this is not a very long record, but what I have been recording is it seems to be mint material. And
Mint, like green?
mint green material, like you would, it's meant to replicate like green guards from the 60s.
Which would be like the parchment.
And parchment doesn't have the same kind of coloring in it. Parchment has some. It's it's white with a little bit of yellow in it to give it that look.
Yeah.
The mint green is definitely green. I mean, and I think that there might be some metallics or something in the actual dyes that are used in those. Occasionally, it happens with celluloid tortoise. And again, it's the weirdest thing, and it's not every guitar, not every player, but there are some players that just have a problem with it.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm definitely part of the problem. But like on that SG, where there's no controls mounted to it, it's solid wood underneath, it's a solid black material.
Can I suggest that you take up playing keyboard?
Okay. I'll do that, Tony. I'll take care of that.
problem solved.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a weird thing, and it's I even get it sometimes on like bound guards for archtop guitars that I make because there's a lot of buffing involved, and so I think it builds up a certain amount of static electricity just from the buffing wheel.
And then, but that on something like that, once you discharge it with like a dryer sheet or something, it doesn't come back, does it?
Sometimes it does. And
That's crazy because it's lifted off the body too.
Yeah.
Put a dryer sheet under it.
Dude, I'm not kidding. No, I tried
Are you
that.
selling? Are you working for P&G now?
No.
I did. I put that underneath 2 of my tellies for like the past month, thinking, oh, let's see if this makes any difference.
Yeah, no, you just rub it on it.
Yeah. It's
Oh no, I did that too.
Yeah. All right.
And that works for like a minute.
It
And
works
that's
longer than a minute. I
Not
did.
for
That's
me. I'll
if I
send
do that
you a
before a
video.
show, if I do, I can no, because I had the same problem with my telly, the Nashville telly.
Yeah.
It was just, and I was like, "What crap is going on?" Did the shielding? That did none of that stuff work, and then I got the drive sheet, poof, gone. Now I'm not saying that is a permanent fix because I had to keep one in my gig bag because every show it'd be, and I just give it a little rubby dub on the pick guard and didn't have a problem with the rest of the show.
You're gonna get a video around 11 o'clock tonight of me rubber dubbing it.
I don't know.
and
No,
then
I don't
1
want
minute
that video of you rubber
1 minute
dubbing
later,
anything.
static.
Anyways, ask me.
Todd,
Hey, Todd, what's going on in your musical world this week?
So I posted a picture of my daughter who just turned 16 playing a totally vintage PV rig, which is really cool. Vintage PV Fury bass. It's like 81, and this and the bass rig. And I can't remember. Somebody
It's
said
funny
like a
that
Mark
when
IV.
people say 81 is a vintage piece.
It is weird, but it's true.
that's weird.
I remember 81.
Yeah. So anyhow, she's very tall and she's got really like big hands and long fingers. And the PV Fury has got a very, very narrow neck. And I just asked her, I was like, she's like, I don't know how to feel. I'm like, I wonder if there's, let's go around and try a couple other basses and see if something feels better for you. And the bass that I'm talking about is Stinky, which we've brought up on the show
Right.
several times.
Yes.
Well, 5 years ago.
Yeah, and since actually. So we went around a couple places, and it's not like if you go to, we went to Guitar Center, they had like 6 basses or something there, and almost all of them were Fenders, and there's a couple other, like a Jackson and something else, which it was the Jackson that looks exactly like a Rickenbacker. It was like a Rickson.
Well,
Or
I wouldn't say
Jackenbacker.
exactly.
I don't know. Anyways,
What?
yeah, I don't know. Anyways, we went to the Music Around store and tried out a couple there, and it was just a cool thing. We got to try out a whole bunch of different kinds of basses, and I was like, here, try out this crazy 5-string jazz. And just like hold a bunch of different basses and get the experience, and that was kind of fun. Tried to fretless and all kinds of stuff, and had a good time.
Did one fit?
Well, she liked the feel of the P bass and the jazz bass. I mean, they're almost identical necks. So.
Yeah. No, they're not.
Yeah, that's pretty drastically different, right?
Yeah, jazz
Yeah.
bass is much narrower, more closer to the PV.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
can I amend to mine?
They both have
Yes.
4 strings, though, Todd.
I did say almost, by the way. I didn't say exactly.
So I just happened to be flicking through the channels, and on Turner Classic Movies, there was the movie Spin Out, Elvis Presley, 1966.
Yes.
And if anyone's been to the Rock Hall of Fame, there's the Elvis Presley display, and the guitar.
Which is a absolute highlight of the thing. Even if you're not an Elvis fan, you can't leave there with going, I actually really have a better appreciation for this.
So the guitar that they have on display, they're one of the guitars of his, and I had never seen it in a movie before until just recently, yesterday. It's a double neck ES 1275. Is that what it is? The only difference is Elvis's, it's a 6-string on the lower, and then it's a bass
bass.
6
Oh,
on,
wow.
on the
Oh,
top.
that's cool.
And it was so cool. I said, I'm watching all of the musical sequences, and it's the very last song, and Elvis comes out playing this double neck guitar for about
2 seconds.
5 seconds,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
puts it down and starts shaking his
Yeah.
loins and such.
Yes. Oh, my.
But but
Keep that pelvis far from me.
but it's just like I said, oh my God, that's the guitar that's at the Rock Hall.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Saw it there. It's pretty cool.
I thought you were going to say it was a Randy Rhoads V.
No.
But anyways,
No.
okay.
Nope.
Well, oh boy. Well, show's over, everybody.
Yeah, that's an hour of
Yeah. Elad, is this what you actually thought you agreed to?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I listen to
Right, he's heard the
every
show.
week when I go to work.
This is
So
what
I
you
know-
support.
I knew what I
Yeah.
signed up for.
All right.
Hey, Todd.
Yes, Tony.
So the most common problem that a lot of guitar players have is
Static.
they've got,
Oh.
in addition to static,
Yeah.
is there's they say they've got 5 pedals sitting on the ground.
At least.
Yeah.
And they're trying to put them all together. And they don't want to just use one at a time. It's really tough when you go.
Gotta tap
if
dance,
you're,
baby.
Well, if you're playing live, you have to unplug one, plug it back in. Go to the next one for the next part of the song. It's
Yeah.
really difficult.
You really
Oh,
should
yeah.
connect them.
Especially if it's dark.
Well, how would you connect these things?
Jared?
You can easily connect them by using Tour Gear design cables.
What kind of cables? There.
They're pedal cables.
Yeah. the patch cables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got the little tiny thing so it fits anywhere on the back of the pedal, even the little minis.
The doohickeys, as they're called.
The little crepes.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it says that on the website too. Hey, everybody, go to tourgeardesigns.com and get your awesome patch cables in how many varying sizes of lengths?
Many, including my patented W shape.
S-shape,
W, yeah.
U-shape.
You get your S shape, you get your
C-shape.
C-shape. Those are the two
C-shape.
that you want.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones that they have. And
They come in all kinds of lengths.
the lengths are great.
Yeah.
I love them.
So
and they're flat.
They are.
They really do fit
As if
on
it were
all
a
pedals,
crepe.
Too. They do.
Yes.
They fit on all the pedals.
Anyways, go to tourgeardesigns.com and use the guitar knobs, and you're going to save 10% on your order. These
10% on top of an
10%.
already
10.
great priced product.
They're priced ridiculously well.
10%.
So thank you so much to Tour Gear Designs for sponsoring our 4 on the Floor. Jared?
Let me get a little bit of this.
Whoa, that's stereo.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the floor.
All right, Elad Mezrahi of Gear Ant.
Gear Ant. Gear Ant.
Give us your 4 on the floor.
Okay, so first of all, I'm not really a fuzz guy, or at least I wasn't until I think about 6 months ago when I played Way Huge Javelina. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I am.
And that opened me up to all these nasty fuzzes that I was never really into. And now it's just like, it's an addiction. It's a sickness, really. Well, a couple of days ago, I received a pedal from a friend, Dan from Spun Loud Effects.
Oh, yeah.
And it's called, and it's not announced, well, he told me I could announce it for him.
Okay.
Because I'm in love with this thing. It's called the Shuskin Fuzz, after the Mount Shuskin in Washington, I guess.
Oh.
This thing is so gnarly that it needs 2 fuzz knobs. And I'm serious.
Wow.
One's called input and one's called sustain, but essentially it's a cascading fuzz, 3 transistors kind of cascading into each other. And it goes from really almost like a big muff if you turn the tone all the way back. Mm-hmm. Something really like mellow, and then just disgusting. So I just can't get enough of it. It could be that it's my honeymoon stage with this pedal, but I've been playing it, and it beats every other fuzz that I've played with. So that's my number 1.
That's awesome. Now, when you're playing, do you play like really nasty music or like, I mean, I'm kind of assuming that is your jam.
Yeah, I'm not really that good of a guitar player, so I kind of hide everything behind walls of distortion.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so
You don't have to be
that's-
good to make good music, man.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. I do play pretty heavy stuff. I mean, not crazy heavy, drop C.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I mean, that's my number 1, and number 2 has got to be the Digitech Whammy, the Whammy V.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the big red one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either that or the Ricochet. But if I had to choose only 4, if it can't be 40, we're sure about that, or Like,
Well, you just
All right,
did.
anyway.
Well, that's a near cousin, so we'll lump it in there.
all right. So yeah. So either the whammy V or the ricochet if I need to, save space. But
Yeah, that whammy
preferably
is
the
huge.
V. Yeah. So I just love the pitching and the tracking is next to none. So
That's
I've
awesome.
tried a lot of pitch shifters. Yeah. The third one is going to be the Distortion Plus.
Well,
The old
Nothing.
MXR.
Yep, the MXR Distortion Plus. I'm a simple guy. I like knobs, a little bit of knobs twisted here and there, and then just get the tone that I'm looking for. And the Distortion Plus, well, I mean, it could be that I played mainly through Marshalls, so it just gives it that extra push.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my number 3, and my number 4
No, wait.
is also
Is your
I'm sorry,
Distortion
go ahead.
Plus? Is your Distortion Plus like is it a new one? Is it a vintage one? Is it a?
So the one that I used to have was an 80s Distortion Plus. It actually broke on me and it's in a drawer and I have to fix it. You would think I would fix it, but I built my pedal instead,
Yeah.
which was based off of the Distortion Plus, but we'll get to that.
Yes.
And the last one is recent as well, but it's the Demodash T60. I don't know if you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
have
Yep.
ever seen that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. We've been had them
It
on
does.
You had him on. Yeah.
It does everything as far as modulation. It does vibrato, chorus, it does flange, it does glitchy PLL type sample hold stuff, which is weird, which is right up my alley. And yeah, I've been happy with it. I just, it opens me up to different things that I wouldn't normally try, which is the main reason I love it, to be honest.
That's
Nice.
awesome, man. And that is different than the T120, just so everybody is clear on that.
Yeah.
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 Well, because when we had him on, he only had the T120 out, so that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
The T60
Yeah,
is
the
now,
T60 is the newer one.
The T120 is the quote unquote videotape Echo,
Yep.
which is equally stunning and has just a world of sonic options.
Yes.
But
I used to have a couple of PVT60s. Is that the same thing?
That is different.
Same.
But
Same.
this is
Close.
Yeah. So this is an analog modulator. Yes. So this is all about
So, and what's the
analog
120?
vibrato. That's the videotape Echo.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this one's black. The T60 is black, but it does look like the old T60 videotape, which is he's keeping with that theme, which is
Yeah,
cool.
it's cool.
Yeah.
When's he going to come out with the beta?
I don't know. He's out the alpha version first.
Right.
So man, that's really cool. Tell us a little bit more about the T60. Like, did you get lost in some of those things, or were you
I
like,
did.
I mean, I can jive with it right away?
Yeah, no, it took me a while to learn it. I'm not really one for reading books.
Yeah.
In fact, I have all these manuals that I've never read. I just kind of figure it out. So it took a little while. They have a ramping mode that I kind of stumbled into accidentally because I wasn't paying attention. I was just holding down the foot switch and I'm like, whoa, what's going on,
Yeah.
But once you learn it, you kind of never forget it. It's just something that sticks with you. And I honestly, I really wish I read the 2 pages that he included with the book. I mean, with the
There's
pedal.
still time. There's still time. You can do it. Do it on the subway or
Yeah.
whatever. It's fine. All right. Now it's also a beautiful pedal. The red anodized knobs, especially, I think, are quite delicious looking.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your 4 on the floor, and especially coming from somebody who is actually building themselves and is deep into the guitar world and gear acquisition and all that stuff. We need to find out about you from a couple different aspects. Now, we know you as someone who has chosen to support our show first
Yes.
and foremost, and we truly want to say a heartfelt thank you for doing that. It helps us so much and gives great lift in our spirits as well. And it's great to know that people like yourself are out there doing that. But to you, we say thank you.
You're welcome. It's actually a 2-way street.
Awesome.
Yeah. So a little while ago, my mother passed away. I'm Jewish, so I'm not allowed to listen to music. And I needed to use up the hour of driving. I can't just sit in silence. So I asked around, what should I listen to? Oh, Guitar Knobs podcast. And you guys you aim to please and you deliver on it.
Well, thank you.
It's just, your show is great.
Well, thank you. That means a lot. And I'm sorry to hear about your mother. That's awful.
Yeah.
Now, as we've been talking over the time, and you said, "Hey, I'd like you to check out this pick holder," and you just said, "Hey, I just want you to check it out." And I was like, "No." And you were very kind in that way, and it was a really cool little thing. And then you said, "Oh, hey, I'm making a pedal," and I genuinely was really, really excited. But you sent us a demo, and right away we were talking about it. And one of the first things you said was, "It's almost there. I'm making it even better." And you didn't just go, "Here, I did a thing, and so ta-da," and that's the end of it. It's like you right away you're making sure that I understood it's going to be better than the thing you have, which was awesome. The thing that I had wasn't awesome.
Perfect.
It wasn't perfect, but it sounded great. I got it. And I want you to tell everybody about what the thing that you're built right now.
So, first of all, yeah, it was a year in the making. A lot of revisions, a lot of changes and hair pulling and so on and so forth. It's called the Yellow Jacket, and it is loosely based on my MXR Distortion Plus. So a little preface, I used to have two Distortion Pluses side by side on my board, and I used to stack them. And I needed more space, so I decided to put them together in one box and build my own circuit. And I said, why stop there? It's lacking in volume, it needs a few modern changes, and so on and so forth. So, so the Yellow Jacket was born. It's the first side is kind of like an MXR Distortion Plus, just a lot more modernized. 1977 specs. And the red side, which is the left side, is based off of the DOD 250, which is the same topography circuit-wise, just uses silicon transistors instead of germanium. And you can use each individually, or you can stack them, which I generally do, and push one into the other, and it creates this insane sound, and it's just wonderful. If I do say so myself.
Well, if there's ever a time, now's the time to say that.
Well said.
Yes.
So I had a question about the artwork. I think that is very cool. Is that something that you came up with yourself, or?
No, I actually found a tattoo artist in Poland.
Oh, wow.
And and I reached out. I can't remember, Ryza is the Instagram handle.
Okay.
RYZAA. And I reached out to them. I said, hey, look, this wasp is fantastic, and it goes very well with the Yellow Jacket name. Can I use it? And, I took it from there. I think I'm going to hire them to do my next pedal and my next pedal and my next, because I was so happy with it.
I love that.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's cool when you can lock onto an artist and appreciate them and all that stuff, That's neat.
Yeah.
Now, I love the simplicity and the effectiveness of this pedal. To your point that you were talking about in your, in the 4 on the floor, you're a simple guy. You want to turn a couple knobs and have a lot happen. That's what I actually really loved about this. And we've talked so many times about stacking pedals and putting a high gain in front of a low gain and putting a low gain in front of a high gain and doing all those different things, or a fuzz in front of an overdrive or the reverse. Mm-hmm. And this is one of those pedals that it's so ready to just go.
Yeah, so I could have put different diodes and different options. I could have put an order switcher on it. Mm-hmm. I didn't want any of that. I wanted as simple as I can get. I wanted to just turn knobs, 4 knobs, 2 gains, 2 volumes, and that's it. And the first volume, by the way, acts as a second gain when both are activated. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I put 2 boosts in front of it also.
Holy mackerel.
But you can modify yourself. If you open the back up, you can modify. There's trim pots, and you can boost it up even further for like a lead, if you dare.
So what was it about? Now you said the first one is 77 spec. That's a pretty specific thing. Why that?
I'm not going to get into specifics, but it was pretty much the diode choices.
Okay.
It was the diode choices. I would say that, I've went through maybe 30 or 40 different diodes before I just locked onto the one that I wanted.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I like that you're sharing that because it would be really easy to say, oh, okay, cool. So you put 2 pedals that already exist together. But there's a lot more than that, obviously.
There's a lot more than that.
Yeah. But that's why that explanation and sharing that is really important because that means that you have really paid attention to not only what it does on paper, but the actual sonic fingerprint of this.
Yeah.
And was it the same for the other one?
The other one, I've played the gray box before, and the other one is closer to the gray box than the Distortion Pluses, because I just love the gray box. It's just unbelievable. It's more modernized because there was a lot of noise coming from the gray box when I used it. So I wanted to kind of make it a little quieter, yet still retain its sonic sound.
Yep.
So yeah.
So what's your favorite way to use this right now?
Well, stacking, obviously. But if I were to, I like playing a song with one side and then activating the second side midway through the song. Let's say like on a high note, or in a high part, or on a lead or something like that. I'll activate the second side halfway through the song or something like that, or through a chorus or something. I generally rarely ever play one side on its own, to be honest.
Interesting. Yeah, well, I mean, if you have both of them there, it's, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, and it could go really low gain as well, but where's the fun in that?
Now, when you were putting this together, I know you just mentioned that you weren't going to do an order switch or anything. At some point in time, did this exist in that reversed order?
It did. I actually had, I initially built it with the 250 pushing into the germanium
Is that the
diodes.
one that you sent us?
The one that I sent you was closer to the final product.
Okay.
It was pretty much the final product before the volume boosts.
Gotcha.
I put 2 clean volume boosts.
That's
so
right. Because I remember
that.
saying, hey, boy, you really have to crank this thing to get the juice. And he was like, I got it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That's cool, man. So what has been maybe the overriding, a few of the learning notes that you could share with people that might be like yourself?
Designing is hard. Designing circuits people think it's, it's just, you see something, you put it up on Eagle or KiCad or whatever program you use, and you make a PCB and you sell them for $100, $200, $300 a piece because you're a boutique builder. Mm-hmm. It's not that simple. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of trial and error. There's things that the consumers don't even worry about that drives builders mad at night.
Like what?
Like, for example, this past weekend, I had a problem with the switches. One of my switches failed on me halfway through the build, and I had to take apart the whole thing and start all over again. And it just drove me mad. And I'm part of a builder group, and we started this 3-day conversation on which switch is best and why this one and what actuation force. And it's just little things that the consumers don't notice that goes into it. it's a lot of work. It's fun. It's rewarding, but it's frustrating as well.
Yeah. Maybe some of those things that get you all wound up make it better. What did Madonna say? I think it was a Madonna quote. She's like, it was talking about like, you got to get through the field of thorns for the strawberries and they're sweeter, some crazy thing like that. I can't remember. I don't know why I brought that up. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, we love Madonna.
Yeah.
So anyways, segue out of this.
Help me! Throw me a line! I'm not going to help you, Todd.
Yeah. With basically what I was just referencing as far as getting through some of the hard things, do you think that your next build will be easier or harder because harder?
Oh, no. Harder. Oh, yeah, much harder. I'm actually working on 2 more builds right now. Mm-hmm. One is obviously a fuzz because
now
you can't be a builder without having to make a fuzz.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's sad, really, how much I like fuzzes right now. But anyway, it's a different fuzz. I can't really talk much about it. And the second one is going to be modulation of sorts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
do you know like what kind of modulation at least?
It's going to be a filter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, an interesting filter. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
Are you keeping the names in the Hornet family?
I'm keeping the names in the insect family.
That's cool. Yeah.
I am.
Why not?
Yeah, because Gearan.
Yeah. Now, you were featured from another person who's been on our show, Demos in the Dark.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure that made all of your things blow up.
Yeah, it was great. Also, William John Bennett.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Mm-hmm.
Too true.
And just wait till this hits the air.
Oh, boy. At least one more pedal.
Oh, yeah. Or 2.
Yeah. So enough about, well, not enough. We could talk all day
Enough
about this
about
stuff.
you.
But I think I would like to learn a little bit more about how did you stumble into this thing that you're in right now?
Well, I've been building for about 4 or 5 years, give or take. Mainly for myself, mainly because I liked tinkering. Beforehand, I was actually making mechanical keyboards, hand soldering, things like that. And I really liked the looks of that I can achieve with certain paint jobs and so on and so forth on my pedals. So that really got me into starting my business. I actually, before I was making pedals, I was doing a lot of enclosure work and refinishes and things like that, where a customer would send me, let's say, their Boss DS1, and they'd want it refinished with, a cherry blossom or crackle finish or things like that. And eventually I continued building, I continued making my own stuff and creating my own circuits, all on Vero. For those who don't know, Vero is a copper strip board that would link the components, and you would build it kind of DIY style, so to speak. And my friend John, and yours as well, John from Rare Buzz, actually showed me the ropes on how to make my own PCBs, and he's my Yoda. And so then that's how I got started.
That's cool. And when did you get the whole like music bug? I mean, very few people do this who are not engaged in music somehow.
So it was late. It was like I was maybe 20 years old or 19 years old. I've always been into music. I remember actually about 2 years ago, I realized what initially got me into guitar playing. I remember I was a kid. I was watching Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. And at the end of the final scene where they just shredded on guitar, That was actually Steve Vai. And it just came back to me. And that's the main reason why I wanted to play guitar. I remember since I was a kid, but I never really picked it up until I was maybe 19 or 20 years old.
Huh.
Yeah. Never had the time. I was such a busy kid.
So, what was your first guitar that you got into?
It was a hand-me-down. It was a 1990. I still have it, actually. It was a 1994 Yamaha Pacifica 112J. And it's a great guitar. I swapped out I refinished the whole thing, obviously. I changed the tuning pegs, the bridge. No, did I change the bridge? No, the bridge is the same. I changed all the pickups. I pretty much refinished the whole thing. It's great.
Nice.
And that one's drop D.
And then how about as far as amps?
Yeah, what was your first amp?
It was a Fender 10-watt amp. That was my first amp, and it was my son has it right now, and he doesn't even use it.
Yeah, you still got it. That's cool.
Oh yeah,
He's already
It does take up a lot of space.
He's just jumped over to the amp and cab simulator pedal.
Yeah. Actually, for a long time, I was using the Orange Micro Terror into Celestion V30. So that is my amp. That is what I use at home. I don't gig or anything like that. So that's my main amp.
How about what's your dream guitar?
Yeah, if you had a,
he got the dream thing.
I want an HSS HM Strat. I'm a simple guy, but not the refinishes, not the reissues. I'm sorry, the original ones.
Oh yeah. Was that the Japanese ones or the U.S. model?
The Japanese Super Strat.
Yeah, I remember those.
Oh, wow.
I don't like Strats, but I like Super Strats.
Yeah.
So I mean that's the one I want.
That's the one you want.
Really versatile.
That's cool.
When did those come out?
It's attainable. It's like $1,000. I'm easy.
Yeah.
Well,
Buy the case.
they had Strat Pluses and they had another Strat thing above that. I think it was a
Ultra.
Yeah.
And that actually had the Fender lace humbucker in the bridge.
Well, he's talking about the Japanese HM Strats.
Okay.
So those
The
came up.
hot pinks, hot greens.
I thought HHS. I thought that's the humbucker.
Well,
single.
HM is the
the
heavy metal Strat.
Oh, heavy metal. Okay, now I know what you're talking about.
But
Forgive
yeah,
me.
and it is an HSS format. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
We're both
HSS.
right. We're all right.
It's all about guitars. That's what matters.
Yeah, indeed. Okay.
But my baby is actually a Schecter PT Fastback.
Oh, those are cool.
The telly with the humbuckers.
Yep.
Yeah.
With the Bigsby.
Yep.
Oh, that's what I have now.
That's the one that has the big guard like a Tele Deluxe, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Those are very cool.
I dig it. I dig it. All right. On that same vein, if you could be gifted a guitar from a living artist, who would that be?
Dave Grohl.
Eric Gales.
Eric who?
You guys know who he is?
Who? What?
Eric Gales.
Yeah.
I don't know that. Who that is.
He is a blues guitarist.
Oh, definitely
I'm not into blues.
Uh-huh.
I'm not into blues. When I heard his playing, I almost started crying. This guy is, wow.
He's not
If I
like
can have-
traditional blues though. It's like
He's like rock blues.
yeah, exactly.
Kind of Joe Bonamassa-ish.
Mixed
that
with like
dude.
a little bit of like Johnson in there, and
Okay, I've seen. I didn't know the name, but I've seen picture. I've seen videos of him on Instagram. Yeah, that guy is. He's pretty incredible.
He's another level.
Wow.
Him or Tom Morello, maybe.
Yeah, for a
Probably
guy who
Eric
doesn't like
Gales.
Strats, you sure are talking about an awful lot about Strats.
I don't not like Strats. A Strat
Okay.
is a guitar. I like
Yeah.
guitars.
Okay, that's fair.
Let's
That's
just-
fair.
Get you a Soul Power Strat from Morello. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't want the soul power. I want the
No?
one with the hippos.
Oh,
yeah,
The old school.
the old one. Yeah,
I saw him.
The
in
Blue
concert.
Hippo one.
yeah. I always thought those were clouds, but they're not.
He was touring with Bruce Springsteen. He was in Columbus. Tom Morello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
recently.
4 years ago.
So not.
Pretty recently.
That's recent for our age. Yeah.
That's not even a thing. That's not even science of any
is, too.
kind.
Yeah, it
that's
is.
recent for guys.
Pre-pandemic.
Pandemic.
It was
time.
pre-pandemic.
What does
Recent,
that
yeah.
mean?
Pre-pandemic.
We're not on a different time continuum as
The older you get,
The
Yeah.
faster time
the faster
goes.
time goes.
It does.
So it's
Proven theory, yeah.
So
It
4
is.
years ago to
Yeah.
people like us is like 8 years ago to younger people.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I don't know about this. I
Yeah.
think.
Todd doesn't want to admit it, so just move on.
All right. Well, so you're working on some new pedals. What else? Or is there anything else that's like really got your attention in the guitar world right now, Elad?
Nope. Just me and
I love this guy.
I love this.
Oh, actually, by the way, where are you calling from right now?
Brooklyn.
I
Brooklyn,
called
New York.
Yes.
I mean, I kind of.
That's a good guess.
Yeah. Well, Elad, this has been an absolute pleasure talking with you, man. I'm really glad that we got the opportunity. I'm really excited for your, the growing success of the thing that you're building in your brand and release of the Yellow Jacket. I was excited, like right out of the gate. I woke up in the morning and I'm supposed to be checking what thing do I have to do this morning? What meeting do I have to get to? But I always check Instagram first. And bang, there it was. I was like, what? That was really cool. It made me happy for you.
Yeah.
Elad, not necessarily the pedal release or anything like that. I was happy for you as a person, man.
Thank you very much. I was happy for me too.
Yeah, I can imagine. Big Uncle Jared is waiting on his porch. We're going to swing by and pick him up in the El Camino.
We don't have to swing by. He's here.
It's parked outside.
I'm right here, gentlemen.
That's right.
Because it's time for Would You Rather?
We record this in mono.
I
That
love
doesn't
the
matter.
I love the
All right, that was
Doppler.
good.
That's
That was good.
Doppler effect.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So you're walking down the street with your bandmates on your way to a gig in Columbus, Ohio, and a jerk in an electric scooter slams into your bass. Yes, this is a bass one. Your bass head crashes into a light post. Crack! Oh no, it's broken. Luckily, you're there. Luckily for you, there is a pawn shop down the street, so you can get a quick replacement. But of course, all pawn shops have basses, but as far as quality, I don't know. This show is going to have a lot of music press because you're in a rock band that's on the rise, right?
Yeah.
So you want to look good. Double uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
No,
Ruh-roh.
this is not Scooby-Doo. They only have
Rarry
two basses
raggy.
there. So would you rather
Two basses in the whole pawn shop?
take the bass with the amazing neck, but as a wackadoodle funky shape, crazy jazz bass? It's just a weird looking, ugly, stupid thing. Or do you take the killer broken in, as in, broken in?
It's not broken. It's broken in. Yeah.
Well, and then it says killer broken in vintage Fender P bass with a really bad action and a slightly twisted neck.
Right. Okay. So this is your big show. You're getting all the pictures. You're getting all the videos. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna get up there with the crazy, 8 different kinds of wood,
Weird
jazz bass,
thing, yeah.
or are you gonna rock a killer road worn P bass, but the neck is
It's a little
funkified.
Yeah. meh.
All right. Tony's going to lead off, and then we're gonna go around the horn.
Well, I would say, most bass players aren't as picky
Careful.
They're not as picky about action What? In fact, they typically have a much higher action than us guitar players
So
would
they
be
can
used to.
slap it.
So even with a twist and things like that, I think it would be cooler to have the vintage P bass, especially for photographers and photographers.
Yeah, photographers.
But I think that would be cooler. And I'll take a P bass over just about anything any day of the week.
All right.
It's just the right sound for rock and roll.
Rob,
Agreed.
really?
Yep.
I can't figure you out, man.
You can overdub the
I would
bass. Actually, you
100
can just take it out of the mix and nobody would notice.
Yeah,
too,
you have
so,
the
know.
keyboard player play it.
Yeah, exactly. You just stand up
that
there
up
and look
again.
like it. You know?
Raymond
see it.
Zarek
Whatever.
over here with
But
his
you're
feet.
like so hardcore snobby about gear when it comes to that stuff.
He doesn't care about bass players.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
we love bass
if
players.
this happened to my bass player, I'd be like, "Don't worry about it, dude. We don't have you in the mix anyway."
Ah!
Get a Raymond Zarek floor bass thing.
Well, you got
Hit it
this.
with the-
We'll dub it in later.
The thoughts and opinions of this are not reflected by the Guitar Knobs podcast.
This is the guitar knobs, not the bass knobs.
We got a lot of bass
Yeah, I'll
players,
tell you what, man.
I love
I'm
the bass
gonna move
players.
on and
You guys throw your shade to Rob, not me.
Right?
Go ahead, Jared.
Thank you. I'm gonna go with these guys because I do not want a weird built whatever bass from Bob the Luthier in his garage.
I know that guy.
No, what? No, this is a nice bass. It is a nice bass. It's just a very funky bassy bass.
Like Bob the Luthier made. I don't want that.
Okay,
I would rather have.
it's like a $6,000 bass.
Nah, I don't want that.
The photos last forever. The sound is here and gone.
60%. They remember what you look like. 60% over the 40%.
75%.
sound. We'll go with that.
75% remember what you look like, and
Yes.
the other 75 remember what you hear.
And 25%
Okay, all
what
right.
you sounded like. I'm definitely going with the familiar P bass.
Elad, how about yourself?
I'm also going with the P bass. It just everybody looks at you. They see what you look like. They see what you're holding. They don't care what you sound like. Let's be real. Let's be real. I
long
mean,
as you thump
if
it
you're
in the
out of
beat,
tune, what's that?
As long as you're thumping it in the right beat.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're a bassist at this
right.
point. Who cares?
Yeah. I'm gonna.
what I said.
I have to agree. I did think at least Rob was gonna choose the really choice piece of gear with the nice neck, but I agree, and I think that would, if anything, give you extra cause to like rock the living garbage out of that bass and maybe even smash it up at the end. Well, that was pretty fun there, Jared. Thank you for that.
It's a good one. Thank you very much for sending that. Would
Yeah,
You
it's
Rather.
always
We-
fun. They're fun. The things that make you think.
That's right.
Yes.
Thanks for sending
Indeed.
that.
Tanya, we got to say a whole bunch of thanks to
Holy
some
moly, do we got a bunch of
very
thanks
good
to
people
say.
out
I
there.
feel like
Yes.
he's going to stretch this one out.
Okay, there. Let me get into position. Oh.
All right.
All right. Oh, throw another 50 pounds on that side, Jared.
I'm going to take a
got
nap
it.
now.
Yeah, so is everyone else. Get
You
on
know,
with it.
Todd, at this point of the show, there's a special group of people that we love to thank.
That's right.
These are our executive producers. Now, you might be wondering, what's an executive producer?
I know.
I don't know. Ruh-roh. I'm going to tell you.
All right, Scooby.
An executive producer helps make this podcast possible. Now, the other thing you might be wondering is, how do you become an executive producer of this podcast? It's very simple, folks. Go to patreon.com/the Guitar Knobs. Check out a couple different levels in which you can participate. Become a sponsor, a patron of this very podcast.
That's right.
Each level comes with a great bevy of thank you gifts, and I don't even want to list them because there's so many and they're so cool.
You all remember what they are anyway.
And it's all the good stuff.
That's right.
But as an executive producer, there's one thing more. Jared, what is that?
You get to have your name read on the thing.
Your name read on the thing. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So special thanks to these executive producers. Moon Guitars. Veteran Pedals, Drew Lopez, John Helverson, Rick Calhoun, Trevor Gunberg, Elad Mezrahi.
Oh yeah.
Right on.
I said it right this time.
Good.
Did. Almost.
Sorry. Give me another year. I'll get it. I know I will. By the time your next pedals come out. Gary Cooper, Jason Roush, Mikey T, Richard Kendall, Mark Garton, Matt Hart, James White, Justin Jones, Anthony Jamalero, Bill Gola Guitars, John Esterly, our good friend from Rare Buzz Effects.
That's right.
Anthony Lathrop, Stefan Lamb, Michael Lawrence Senchuk, Ken Sayers, Doug Christ, Darren Gregory, John Anglin, Tom Barazin, John Sluhan, and Rusty Sneeden.
Yes, new Rusty Steeden.
Yes.
Even better than the old Rusty Steeden.
We
That's
like
right.
him. But Todd, stop interrupting because
I'm
there's
sorry.
another group of executive producers.
That's right.
We like to call them our grand poobahs.
Why?
These are the top of the top of the tippy top of executive
They
producers.
tip top.
They have a special fez to place upon their head whilst listening to the podcast.
And a hot tub of crush.
And yes, orange. We did identify it as officially the hot tubs are filled with orange crush.
Yes.
You might want to take a shower
And
after
an
you get
orange
out of
Bentley limo.
It's sticky.
sticky and sweet.
That's right.
So special thanks to these grand poobahs: Tom Manasco, Ricardo Higuera, David Kaminga, Brandon Wound Pickups,
That's right.
Hex Matos, Michio Murakishi, Bob Crouch, Jack Cadian, Sam Jett, Tyler Casey Rhines, LSJ Music Company, John Williams, James Pennington, Adam Johnson, Steve Keys, Cody Foster, Science of Sound, Brian Robinson, Jonathan Jerusik, also known as 12th Hour Devices, Corey Nigro, Michael Van Zant, Tim Nowak, Jonathan Daly, Martin Cliff, Sean S. And Rat King.
Jeez, man.
All right. Hey, I also wanted to mention Michio Murakishi actually just released a new album.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wanna
and
hear
they're
it
called
now.
Mosley, and
Mosley?
the what's it called? The record. It's called Karmatic Burn. Yeah, I think you can go check it out on like Bandcamp and Spotify and all
Oh,
that
cool.
stuff.
We'll
Yeah.
check it out.
Or just hit him up. M Murakishi.
Is Mosley is the name of
I
the
hope he
band?
doesn't mind me sharing his actual name. So Mosley is the name of the band, I believe, if I got that right. And Michio, if I didn't get it right, please let me know so I can rectify that.
Can find it.
All right. Thank you all for helping us out on the show and for out there being people just like our friend Elad Mezrahi, who's doing things, who's
Yes.
loving the things and being inspired and making all kinds of great stuff. Get out there and do that yourself. Make something. Feels good.
Reach out to me. I'll help you out.
Ah, fantastic. Look at this guy. This guy out in Brooklyn. That's pretty close, right? I got
That was
that.
good.
Tony,
Yes.
let's ask Elad where people can find his stuff.
Elad, where can people find your stuff?
You can find me on Instagram at gear_ant. Ant like the bug, not your mother's sister.
You better grab that up too. Just to be safe.
Get them both.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, maybe I should. Or my website, gearant.com. Also on Facebook and Twitter and MySpace and all those good stuff.
Great. And the name of your pedal one more time?
The Yellow Jacket.
Right
It's
on.
actually sold out right now, but working on batch 2.
That's fantastic, man. Good for you. All right. Well, when batch 2 comes around, make sure everybody you go and get one of these things whilst and at the same time that they last. Tanya, where can people find you?
Well, let's just say you need a special pick guard. Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Go over to pickguardian.com. Check out a couple of things that I have to offer. You know, you can buy some stuff right there on the site, but by and large, what I do is custom work. So shoot me an email. Let me know what you need, what you want, what you're trying to do, and I will make it happen.
Awesome. Jared?
Send me your would you rathers. I am on Instagram, Jared Pickup Winder Brandon. So send me your would you rathers and I'll read them on the show. I'll say the would you rather on the thing.
Where? Okay.
What will you
That's
do
all
again?
covered right there.
That's right.
Any way you can imagine your would you rather, Jared is going to
Jared's
take care
On
of.
the thing.
All right. Rob, how about yourself?
Mad Cow Amplification, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace probably.
Right.
I don't know if I got a MySpace.
What's your
No.
private cell number?
Yeah.
No, Tony.
MySpace.
Go check out Rob Rage on it should be actually the hashtag Rob's Rage.
Rob Rage.
I'm going to register that.
Rob Rage on the yeah.
Rob actually shows some really great content on Instagram.
It's awesome. You can send me an email, Todd at theguitarknobs.com, or DM me at guitarknobs, just at guitarknobs, and we would love to hear from you. And check out our new content. And I'm also going to say, go listen to the Valentinos on Spotify. It's my band. I hope you like it. And if you don't, tell someone else that you don't like it. Don't tell me it.
They're no Foo Fighters.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you all so much. Thank you, Elad Mezrahi.
You're welcome.
I love this guy.
Hey, everybody, have a fantastic Guitar Weekend. Subscribe!
Dave Grohl.
Oh, my gosh. He's sitting there tapping on a thing.
God damn it.
He
So
can-
sensitive, isn't he?
Todd can hear a mouse
You
tapping.
ruined his flow.
How about Jesus Jones?
Well played, Tony. It's not. I don't like the hottest rock star. Oh, my goodness.
I don't
sakes.
like anyone that's popular.
You,
What are you
you
talking
dip
about?
in, you dip out, because, you like stuff, you don't like stuff.
Where's that extra syllable
I don't know.
coming from?
This is the stuff I got to deal with. Ugh, it's old gum on the sidewalk. It's not shiny pennies. Hey, everybody.
We're never this bad.
Dude, they are probably the best band.
No.
in the
Oh,
past 30
my
years.
gosh. Are you out of your mind? That's
no.
like a soft
He's
I like that. No.
What am I getting wrong?
Everything.
I don't like them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
How don't you like them?
I
It just makes great music. It's
It's just the total opposite of
How
the
come it's not?
Valentinos.
I feel like I'm talking to Gene Simmons right now. It all comes together and makes great music. Yeah, that's
Not
Jared's.
mine. Not mine. No, I do not have that noise.
Jared.
That is not mine.
We've got Tanya Blonsky.
Dear, you've been pronouncing my name wrong all along.
Tony, you really have a good voice for radio.
Yeah.
I have a good face for radio,
Yes.
too, I've been told.
Damn it, Tony!
Yes.
Just say ruh-roh.
No.
Why not?
Because it's stupid. I hate it.
Why?
I'm saying, oh no.
No, that's different.
I'm not saying rut-row. Not doing
not?
it. Not because I'm not. If you paid me money, I would say it, but you don't. So you know.
How much money?
What would it?
Enough for me to say rut-row.
I got a couple
Should be
bucks.
$100.
Oh, dear God, dude.
Just say it one time.
I don't want to say rut-row.
How much would it cost to get you to say ruh-roh?
$100, you said.
$100?
You're out of your.
Rut-row! I ain't saying it, man.
Why not?
Because.
Why don't you want to say ruh-roh?
Because I just don't want to say it.
Let's
Let's start the show, eh?
Well, that's it for these knobs. Please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theguitarknobs. Visit our website at theguitarknobs.com for all of our past episodes, 4 on the Floor blog, and other good stuff. You can connect with us on social too at our Facebook page and share your gear and stories on our Facebook group. Also, be sure to check out our Instagram at Guitar Knobs. Catch you next time.